Hello everyone. Today, Hatan will tell you a charming and clever tale about a special cat with an extraordinary mind. This is the story of Puss in Boots, a legend that celebrates intelligence, positive cunning, and the ability to rise above difficult circumstances. It shows us that true value isn't inherited, but created through wit and courage. Puss in Boots, the triumph of wit over adversity. Once upon a time, a miller died, leaving his 3 sons with very little inheritance. The eldest son received the mill, the middle son got the donkey, and the youngest, all that was left for him, was the cat. The youngest son was heartbroken. "What use is a cat?" he sighed. "I can't make a living with him. I will have to eat him and use his skin for gloves." The cat, however, was no ordinary feline. He spoke up, "Don't be sad, my master. Just give me a bag and a pair of boots, and you will see that you are not so poor after all." The young man, having nothing to lose, gave the cat what he asked for. The cat put on the boots, stood tall, and became Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots, with a bag in his paw, went to the forest. He put a carrot in the bag and hid, waiting. A rabbit, lured by the bait, went into the bag, and Puss quickly pulled the string shut. He then went straight to the king's palace and presented the rabbit to the king, saying, "This is a gift from the Marquis of Carabas, my noble master." The king was impressed and graciously accepted the gift. This was the first of many gifts Puss brought the king, always from the Marquis of Carabas. One day, Puss learned that the king and his beautiful daughter, the princess, were going for a ride by the river. He told his master, "Go bathe in the river, and leave the rest to me." The young man, trusting his cat, did as he was told. While he was bathing, Puss in Boots hid his master's clothes and ran to the king's carriage, shouting, "Help! My lord, the Marquis of Carabas, is drowning." The king, recognizing the cat, immediately sent his men to rescue the young man. Puss explained that robbers had stolen his master's clothes. The king, feeling sorry for him, ordered a new, magnificent suit of clothes for the young man. Dressed in the royal finery, the miller's son looked so handsome that the princess fell in love with him instantly. As they rode toward the Marquis's castle, Puss in Boots ran ahead. He met farmers and told them, "If the king asks who owns this land, you must say it belongs to the Marquis of Carabas, or you will be chopped into pieces." The farmers, terrified, agreed. The king was astonished by the vast and fertile lands of the Marquis. Finally, Puss reached a grand castle belonging to a powerful but foolish ogre. He tricked the ogre by challenging him to a magical contest. Puss asked the ogre if he could transform into a small animal, like a mouse. The boastful ogre, to prove his power, turned into a tiny mouse, and Puss in Boots, with one swift pounce, ate him whole. The castle and all its riches now belonged to the Marquis of Carabas. When the king and princess arrived, Puss welcomed them. The king, seeing the magnificent castle and believing the young man to be a true nobleman, gave his blessing for the marriage. The miller's son and the princess were married, and Puss in Boots lived a life of luxury, no longer needing to hunt for his food, but for his master's happiness. The moral of the story, Puss in Boots, teaches us a valuable lesson: intelligence, courage, and ingenuity can overcome even the most daunting circumstances. The cat did not rely on physical strength or inherited wealth. He used his sharp mind to create his own destiny and that of his master. The story shows us that success is not about what you are given, but what you can make of what you have. It reminds us to be resourceful, confident, and to believe in our ability to shape our own future. Thank you for watching the story. See you in the next video.